Style over substance. Attitude is everything. Live life on the edge. These are the only 3 rules that guide our future. A future inspired by the work of Hosan Gonzalez, bound by Mike Pondsmith's cyberpunk law. A dark future cast in a neon glow, where corporations through nuclear fire have destroyed the known world, save for a few mega metropolises. The tales you are about to witness are built around the heart of one such city. Robo City 16, where the machine rules through a mechanized iron fist. The promise of prosperity through logic and sedation has stagnated the progress of the people. However, what the logic of the machine will never conclude, but the will of a few may, is it's time for change. It's time to rage. For good or ill, the chosen few are the mortal code you see before you now. Will they hasten synthetic rupture? Or lead us to biological prosperity? Or something in between? Let's introduce the mortal code, your saviors. Now, starting with Winslor, since you're giggling over there.
Oh, we started with me last week. I guess we're doing the same. I'm Winslor Burden, don't you know? Maximus Dominus. I play a solo human. Mostly human. I have a few cybernetics, but just picture what I'm wearing right now. Tan jumpsuit, got a full face mask with RGB fur on the back, carrying around a assault rifle, a knife that's seen way more kills than any weapon I've ever held. And yeah, my partner in crime.
Oh, you're talking about me. I'm not your partner in crime. My romantic interests lie elsewhere. I'm sorry.
Man.
For now.
Yes, you're a mother-obsessed cyborg here. Over there.
Like to stab as we start playing.
I'm Rummy the Ever-Living. I play Astraea, the Nomad. Nomad extraordinaire. I'm a darker skinned. I play a female. I have kind of dreads, one robotic arm, robotic eye as well, so I can see in the dark. I can see you, watch you. Yeah, and praise the flesh. Down
Praise
with the machine.
Praise the flesh.
And take it away, whoever's
Rip
next.
the meat, salt the
That's
wound.
pretty.
I'm Netra, and I'm a netrunner/media, and I am a streamer on the Deep Stream.
Oh, got it right this time.
I got it right. I had to look it up in my notes to make sure we won it. But I got it right. And apart from playing in this campaign, I am connected to the comments section on these videos.
You mean the chat section?
Yep,
you're
the
perfect.
chat.
So what the Deep Stream is it's an encrypted streaming service inside of the world that we're playing in, but it also helps sort of narratively connect us to you wonderful folks watching. So if there's ever an instance where you think something could be particularly interesting, or if Netra specifically sort of asks her followers, her ever-growing audience on the Deep Stream, then you all can feel free to give us your thoughts and suggestions. Although I will say that we are at about a 24-second delay, so it may get a little wild in terms of when your suggestions actually show up. So we look forward to it. And welcome to the stream.
My name is Enzer. My character's name is Jay. He's inspired by Hosan Gonzalez, a character in his world called 13th, part of the Jason's group. He looks a lot like this. Red hat's got a 13 on it, blue hoodie, white mask. Goes in between Casey Jones and Jason. He's a machete man. Say that's his favorite weapon. It's always on him. He's got cybernetic limbs and I believe cybernetic optics. Yeah, he's angry and dangerous. He's street scum, and the voice is inspired by Kung Fury.
All right, let's get into it. When last we left the punks of the Mortal Code, they were beat up and realized that back-to-back shootouts and high-risk activity wasn't very sustainable unless they found a better way to patch themselves up. And with their recent involvement with the Resistance, it doesn't look like the Mortal Code will have much downtime to bask in. As fortune would have it, the local dock in Beggar's Reach had a job for a capable group with a ride. Deliver the medical supplies from across the city. One wild ride in the mutant-infested underground later, and the dock had his supply, and the Mortal Code had their reward. A medi-mod for their very own drone. We pick up now in the Beggar's Reach market, where your Vox comms receive an incoming message from Jana. Whatever your.
Mortal
I'll
Code
let it go to
speaking.
voicemail.
My ringtone is Taylor Swift, an old, really, really old artist.
No, all those were scrubbed
Dang it, I just have pieces
long
of
time ago.
Simon and Garfunkel, man.
Pieces.
Still preserved, very well preserved. Been played.
Backstreet's back. All right. Hello?
I shut that off.
Through numerous grunts and sighs from the people around you in the Beggar's Reach, is anybody picking up, or are you just letting? Okay.
Put on speaker.
Yep. So it sort of connects to all of your comm devices, and you hear the southern feminine voice of Jana Silvergun from the Resistance.
Hey, sugars, I'm on my way with some juicy news for y'all. Gruff told me where your humble abode is. Hope you don't mind me stopping by.
It's not like a message; it's open.
Who told you?
Come on by.
Who told you?
Oh, you know, the one that likes to eat a little bit.
Make sure you're not followed, Jana.
I never do.
Gruff, you say? Ah. And I kind of like cut the comms, look at Jay like, "It's loose lips. Told the location now."
He told us the location of the White Rabbit.
That Gruff's sneaky.
Huh?
Had no idea he knew where we lived.
We might need to move.
Didn't we bring him here? We brought
He's
him here.
Did we?
Yes. After the fight with, didn't we?
Well, you brought Radcliffe there,
Oh,
and then
Radcliffe,
when you
yeah.
showed up with the massive amount of medical supplies in a truck with the revelry of an ambulance, every sort of beggar, anybody down on their luck in your sort of like home area in the subway system sort of like came up and rushed up, and then Gruff came by and sort of, since he's a little bit more one with these people than you guys might be, being a little bit more new to the area, sort of help pacify them.
Yeah.
And so that happened right outside of your rail car.
Yeah. We didn't tell him not tell anybody. We just forgot, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. We should tell him though that don't be giving out our address to anybody.
We'll tell him later.
He only gave it to the people
Jana.
who needed it.
So is it okay or not? Like I'm sorry if I stepped over any toes
Pretty
here,
important
but
that you gotta come all the way over here.
I'm glad you realize.
So of course,
BYOB.
you're welcome.
I know I might be showing up unannounced, so feel free to take your time. If you need to do anything before you come back. I hear some rustling around in here too, so maybe you got an animal? Some noise in your tramp.
We have some rats.
Ah, maybe that's what it is. Well, I'll see you soon.
And she hangs up.
Oh. I was gonna tell her the names of all my rats, but that's fine.
I'm gonna go take a position hidden, get overview of the cart, make sure she wasn't followed. I'll let you know if I see anything.
I'm gonna clean up inside. It's pretty messy and I got a lot of trash. I'm gonna make some tea. Put out the half pieces of crackers that we have left.
For Jana or your?
For both. The rats and Jana.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to find a position that gets a good overview of the cart and like some avenues of approach with good cover and kind of concealment.
Okay, give me a no, not cool. Give me a Dex plus Stealth.
Plus a D10.
Yeah, so Beggar's Reach is, remember, it's built into the abandoned subway system, and you guys are part of the sort of community of subway cars.
17.
You've managed to get your own. Okay, that's pretty good. You're kind of confident. Also, you're still naked, except for a loincloth.
Perfect. I'd cover myself in mud and whatever is on the ground.
You just dip into the tracks and roll around, and then realize that there's a little bit of a scent of urine, but that only helps.
Yeah, I'm used to it.
I'm gonna look out the window and I'm gonna be like, "You are not coming in here like that.
You
Clean yourself off.
What are you talking about?
We're having guests.
Do what I want in my house.
We're having guests."
She's not even that important. Who is she compared to me?
I got shot pretty bad.
I got shot.
I'm just gonna be checking my wounds, making sure their
And
healing is going okay.
as you guys are walking back to the tram, you do hear you sort of see the familiar greenish hue glow emanate from above you, and you hear the hum of the engine of the drone as he goes,
Who am I serving? I heard someone's in pain. It would be my absolute delight to be of service now.
Oh yeah.
My new master's call. What is their name?
Are you talking to me?
he's addressing the group.
Oh wait, I thought you said the drone was outside.
The drone is. You guys are not inside your subway car yet.
Oh, okay.
You didn't just teleport there. You were in Beggar's Reach. Yeah. So you're on your way back, going through the market. The drone is still. We're picking up exactly where we left off last time. The drone is following behind you. Winslor took off down through the tracks.
I told everybody what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah.
I'm Jay. I need healing. How do we do this?
Jay, pleasure to meet you. Just reveal to me the affected area and I'll go to work.
I'm gonna lift up my my hoodie and show him my abdomen.
And it's a mixture of organic and metal, right? Or is it just organic underneath?
I mean, I imagine organic, but I have no idea.
Okay.
Time to get to work.
And you start to just see these two little hands start to almost knit through organic fabric that it's creating on the spot and siphoning through its arms and weaving into your own skin. And you hear almost as though it's absent-mindedly speaking to itself, do you like that? Do you like that? Does that feel good?
What? Creepy little
Turn
bit.
your audio on.
Yeah, can you mute this thing?
Audio functions malfunctioning.
I'm gonna turn it up.
And then you see the drone tilt up, and if it could look into your eyes, you just see these green little lights.
You like that?
I'm gonna look for a speaker.
A little while longer.
I'm gonna put my hand over the speaker.
And then it sort of removes its hands. You look down, and it looks like it's sort of differently colored scar tissue around the portion that it was healing before. Was it? It was bullet wounds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it sort of like has a handful of bullets in its hand that it then sort of like almost eats, and then you hear like the shifting and clanking of metal.
Thanks for the meal.
Unless you're still covering its mouth.
Oh,
It's got
that's
a
where the
mouth.
speaker's at?
Well, I mean, wherever you recover. Sorry, the speaker. I say mouth, but it really is just a speaker.
Oh, okay. Thank you. What was your name again?
Vitalith at your service.
Oh,
Anytime you need, I'm here for you.
can I call you Vidi?
Absolutely.
I call you Lilith.
I do so very much love nicknames. If I come up with some for you, may I enact them?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. And what is your name?
Netra.
Netra. I'll make sure to pay extra special attention to your actions to devise the most appropriate of nicknames.
He's gonna call you Net.
Is there any like any I don't know, like do I expel or expel
Oh, I'm
anything?
sorry. You heal 20 points just immediately back, and the Vitalith can do this twice a day.
Wow.
It's really just like replacing the matter and mending the matter that was destroyed previously, both organic and synthetic.
Oh.
Is this? It's not technically a new day, right? So we don't. get
It's
to heal.
not a new day, but it is approaching because you had done the medical mission before. It is approaching nighttime right now.
Okay.
I forget, are you the one that's the most damaged here?
Probably.
And remember, when it does get to the next day, you add your body to your health points, and you can use Vitalith again. But Vitalith has one more.
Have we entered another
Skin graft.
day?
No, it's nighttime right now.
Okay.
No.
Vidi,
Yes, Jay.
when Winslor comes back, you should heal him.
It would be my pleasure. Such a large body to explore
And shoot it.
and mend.
And shoot it down. Called me fast.
You're not there.
Disable your creep protocol immediately.
Does not register command.
So as
I'm
you,
gonna pull out my machete and just start like gripping it really hard.
Yeah, grip that machete real hard.
I'm gonna. You said we're very close to
Is that a
our
nickname?
train car.
yeah, super close.
Yeah, I'm gonna start slowly scraping at it. Every time it talks, I'm just gonna you're gonna hear like a.
You're gonna grip whenever it talks. You're gonna grip harder.
No. No, same grip, just slashing slowly into our
Slashing
wall.
slowly.
Okay, Winslor, going over to you. As you guys are proceeding forward, getting very close to the carway now, or the cart. Go ahead and give me a intelligence plus perception, 1d10.
Whoa.
13. Lucky. Advantage, right? Because I have the high ground.
No.
Anakin.
We'll say that you are on you found a position maybe 35 feet away on the top of another cart, but this cart is fine because it's typically just filled with drugged out degenerates. They don't really leave. When they do, they look tired, and they really just come out to get drugs, and then they retire and they just do those drugs.
Perfect.
You know how it is.
Yeah. If a patrol or anything comes my way, I'm going to act like my surroundings.
Okay.
Some muddy, mostly naked.
Yeah, most of them
dude.
perfectly already in character. Like I just need.
Yeah.
What was
Or
that?
whatever they do.
You're like a method actor.
On those drugs. What do those drug people
Or
do?
Meth actor.
We'll see if
method
there's
actor.
Method
a.
actor.
There'll be a cool role for sure. Okay, so
Blurring the lines of cool.
with the 13, you definitely see like a figure with a cowboy hat on just leaning up against the back entrance, sort of out of view of the primary thoroughfare of Beggar's Reach. Just sort of in the shadows, leaning on the back of the of your Mach 5 car, and you recognize it to be Jana, but you don't you don't see anything that she's referring to or speaking of that was inside of your car.
Cool. I'm just gonna over the comms just relay what I see as I see it. Just give like very brief, like see one next to the cart and then a general direction.
Okay. So as you all are sort of rounding Beggar's Reach and then hopping down onto the sort of tracks of the subway system where all of the other cars are sort of piled up together, Winslor is feeding information where Jana is. You just look a little bit more and you can see her sort of like boots sticking out. You can see that her left cybernetic fingers curling over her arm with her cowboy hat down as she's just resting on your cart. Carto.
I'm gonna yell out through the comms. Don't let her in yet! I haven't cleaned it up yet! Just hold her off for like 5 minutes. I'm gonna run to our cart
Jana.
and enter the cart and clean up.
Okay. Give me a what is it? Intelligence plus. Man, what would this be? Give intelligence plus tracking. We'll just do tracking to see if you're tracking. You know what's been said over the past few episodes, and like what is involved in entering your car from literally any of the 4 entrances.
There's a lot of traps.
Wouldn't I know where our traps are on our own cart?
You didn't say that you were disabling them. You just said you were entering.
I enter in through the front door where that shitty trap is, where like that,
Okay.
that plank like kind of falls down a little bit.
Okay.
I just
That was a
jump over
pressure
it.
trap?
You hear. Inside, yeah.
I'm gonna slowly peek in.
Okay. Give me an intelligence plus perception.
Sorry.
18.
You look in, and in the as you're looking down the length of the cart, the entrance that's like the closest to Beggar's Reach, with the 2 sliding doors that go in opposite directions, that you notice is there's like blood streaked across the inside, and the piston is loosed that was holding the machete inside of it, the trap that Jay personally set up. And you hear coming from like the other side of the seats that you can't quite see, you see like a form, like a small form in the shadows of that portion.
Oh god. I'm gonna slowly go over there and be like, Gruff, please don't be Gruff, please don't be Gruff. I'm gonna look around the corner at it. Oh my god. Did we just slice a child in half?
You look and you sort of like give this sigh of relief as you hear, "You people are degenerates!" As you see the druggy guy that you encountered previously with a machete stuck through his sternum.
Oh.
As he's sort of slid down on the ground, just blood is sort of pooling out, and blood is coating his mouth. Where you see is like there's just underneath that coat is a fresh coat of paint, like spray paint, and one of Astraea's sort of decaling paints for her ride is just, you would imagine, fully empty in the hand of this guy.
Okay.
And the guy looks down. He looks at you, and then he looks down at the machete and goes, "I'm not giving this back.
I'm gonna
I'll trade you."
I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna be like, oh, okay. I'm like panicking a little bit because I'm supposed to be cleaning up and she's like right outside. I'm like, God damn it, why is this happening right now? And then I'm gonna like grab him and I'm like, shh. And then I'm gonna take a knife and I'm gonna cut his throat.
Oh my god!
I'm like, shh. It's okay.
He goes, "I'm fine. Looks like I'm part of the gang now."
Yeah, you're part of the game. And I'm gonna cut his neck. And then I'm gonna cover his mouth. And then I'm dragging him to a closet.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
I gotta clean up, and she's gonna come through that door.
You
and
smell
slap
next.
Yeah, just so you all know, never come into our room unannounced.
Mercy kill.
Yeah. Holy
Okay, so give
shit.
me a what would be like?
He's
cleaning?
dying. Cleaning.
Give me a Dex plus evasion. We're gonna use semantics here to
I'm all
really
with you, Luna.
change what evasion means.
Start killing people.
Traditionally.
But I think.
Oh God.
Man.
17.
Definitely cocked. Jesus.
It's cocked. Can I do it
Yeah.
again?
In Windsor, as you're looking like through and paying close attention, you can just see like almost like an atrophied leg like fly in the air and swing up and like hit the side and then shuffle around and then just slowly get like stuffed into just out of view.
I rolled a 22.
Oh yeah, you
I cleaned the blood up really fast.
and you thankfully there's more of a smell of spray paint than there is sort of like iron and gore and death.
We're all good.
Although it may
Nothing
not last very
happened
long.
here.
As you just like the depression from the entrance with the crappy trap, you just sort of like stuff him inside as the metal flaps are like clapping against his or like pinching his body as you push down and then it pinches up. And then you hear like flesh tearing and then you push down and then it
God.
I'm gonna go to the comms like, is everything I saw what it may be a leg. Is everybody okay in the car?
Yeah.
What's going on?
It's fine. That was my leg. I tripped and I fell on my back, but I'm good. I just got up. We're good. Don't worry about it. It's almost ready for Jana. We're almost
Jana's
ready.
outside. I have eyes on. I have Overwatch.
Yeah, no worries.
Let me know.
Then I'm gonna,
Everything's clear.
everything's gonna be cleaned up.
So far.
But when she comes in, I want to be leaning against the wall, like really cool, like, hey, Jana, like, how are you doing? Long time no see.
Perfect. Okay, so
It's fine.
you're pretty confident that you have hidden the body that you definitely just slayed, just literally underneath the cart. Everything's clean, as clean as it can be in this world. Like, I'm not even sure it's possible to have a clean surface in Hosan's world, but it's like within relative cleanness. And yeah, you're hanging out. It's up to you to let people know when to come in.
Yeah, I'll just be like, we're good. Come on in. Tea's ready.
Can I do a perception check of the area that's in my just field of view?
Yeah, go for it.
I'll talk to Jana.
Sounds like a lot's going on in there.
We
You
have,
sure this is a good time?
Yeah, we have a pretty good system, keeps unwanted people from entering our place. So I think that Metro is just disabling that system. I think now we're ready to host you.
Oh, you don't have to worry about me and those silly little things, but I appreciate it. After you.
Would you roll, Winslor?
What am I adding to it other than the D10? Just...
Oh,
You
it's
sure?
intelligence plus perception.
Okay.
Sorry, I forgot I was in the
You're
middle of
good.
planning.
15.
15. Okay, yeah, you see Jay and Astraea approach Jana, and the doors. He opens the doors, disables the trap, and sort of everybody climbs inside, or uses the small sort of like leg ladder that latches off the side. And your teammates convene on the inside. So do you... I think it's just something to be cognizant of. Like, do you want to keep your comms on so Winslor can hear, or do you just want to focus on watching and then get an update later?
We'll keep it open.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so she looks around. Nice place you got here. Mind if I have a seat?
Yeah, sure.
She's just like sits down, takes a cool stance, puts her like elbow over one of the heads of the chair, one of the backs of the chair, lifts up her leg over the other, just gets real casual, and says, "Well, I appreciate it. Where's that big fella?"
He's on Overwatch right now. Don't worry, our comms are open. He can hear, and I'm sure he'll chime in if he needs to.
I see more and more that destiny is on our side. We got some good players in the game now. You all. Now
It's
what?
free to play, son.
It's a reference to an ancient time. What I have to tell you is that the woman you helped save, key player to the Resistance, her name's Sai, and she'd like to meet y'all. She wants to meet you in person. Well, more accurate to say, she wants you to meet her. She's got this favorite spot in the city. Only problem is, it's Ministry of Information's broadcast tower, so it's not going to be easy to get there. And it's located in District 3 Prime. Which you know that if it has Prime in it, I don't really know how city systems work, but this is just my thing that I'm doing. If it has Prime in it, then just consider that part of the upper city, the more affluent areas of the city, and there's more security, less humans, but better things. And so you imagine the place that she's talking about is pretty high up and potentially will be a bit difficult to get to.
Why is she held up over there?
Nah, she ain't held up over there. See, I think she just wants to see what you're made of.
We
Now,
saved her life. That wasn't enough.
she didn't see it, I'm afraid. And she's got her own tests. She's got her own way of doing things. Frankly, I think it's a bit risky. She's not in good shape. She's not healed yet. And, I mean, there is good chance that you might get caught, in which case our newfound glorious resource has been disposed of, or could be.
She sounds like a swell gal.
Well, I think she has high hopes for you. I think that's the only way or reason she'd do this. The only people she invites up there are, let's just say, I think myself and a few others are the only ones. Now, there's not much of a time limit on this. She hangs up there quite often, though I'd get it done in the next day or so. And I'll let her know when you're on your way.
Did I mishear something? Is she there or not?
She's not. We'll roleplay this. She might be there. I don't know if she's there now. I'm just saying it's going to take you a while to get there, and she's a bit more proficient at it than you. So you just let me know when you're on your way, and she'll be there. I think it's the principle of the matter, if you will.
She's got 4 arms. She can climb pretty well.
Let's just say that she's at about 30% capacity now.
With 4 arms.
That's my way of saying she's down 2 arms.
So she's at full capacity with 2 arms?
Didn't you see the feed? Her cyber limbs were ripped off.
Yes, she's normal.
Yeah, 2
Her normal is with 4 arms.
Whatever, honey. We'll go with that.
So what do you say? And I'm sure that she has an even juicier mission for you when you get there.
Are we doing this? You get that, Winslor?
Did I hear everything over the comms?
Yeah, and now I'd make sure that you think about the answer to that question. Really make sure that this is what you want to do, because after you meet her, there'll be no going back. Your lives could be counted in days, maybe even hours.
I'm just gonna go over the content. Look, what else we doing, you know?
Well, we're not doing 2 hour right now. We kind of took a beating. Oh, getting that window for you. How much time do we have?
I'd say by the end of tomorrow. We got plans we're preparing for, and let's just say Sai might not be around much longer, at least in this city.
We should meet her and then figure out what we're doing.
Okay.
Now, don't take what I said the wrong way. It could be a little bit of fear-monger in there. There's every possibility that you could get there completely unscathed. Yeah. Got a real-time hacker with you. Sure, there's a few systems that could be manipulated to your heart's content.
Yeah.
So,
I didn't even sense your big man over there on top of those cars until you told me he was on watch.
he's looking a little different. Might not recognize him.
Oh, I smelled him, all right.
I think we're in, but probably be good to know. Maybe a recommendation on how to get there. If she frequents that spot, be good to know if she goes underground, takes the surface routes.
If you get lost, just remember to follow the White Rabbit. Now, District 3, or the information, or the Ministry of Information's broadcast tower in District 3 Prime, you can see it from the skyline. It's the thing with all the doohickeys and antennas at the top. And you'd have a general information of where, like the general area based off of the outline and the architecture of the city itself. Sort of like the street infrastructure, where District 3 Prime would be located. And you can, so pretty much just, yeah, look at the horizon. You could take a car only a certain amount of the way. You aren't ever going to be able to get close to the upper city in a vehicle from the lower city, though. That's for dang sure.
Okay, so is there a spot where you stash your vehicles, or we just make it up on our own?
I tell you what, take your lovely vehicle, Astraea, by the way. You might want a new paint job, but you could take that all the way to Maker's Market.
Okay.
Maker's Market will connect you straight to the bridge to get across. Now, you can either come up with some story, some clever technical solution or otherwise, to get across the bridge and into the upper city, but you can also take the sewers. Now, there are some mutants that are just waiting for some of them robos to come down from the upper side. But I think you'll be fine, especially you, Jay. Seem to have a way with them.
I do like a good sewer. Alright. Anything else we need to know?
No, I think you'll get your next set of everything you're looking for when you meet her.
Alright.
We're gonna mirror's edge this, or to the top of this, I guess.
That is a good VR game. I see all the trailers for it. You may have to do a little bit of that when you get closer to the... There's a construction building, actually, right next to the tower. It's being worked on. Should give you a decent enough avenue of approach.
We should probably practice some of our parkour jumps.
Get that parkour.
You know, you could just, like, you know, hack one of them construction vehicles or whatever. They're just plaguing that tower.
Do they know?
You want to ride with us over there?
Nah, I'm afraid I'd take you all the way, but I've got a few errands I need to run. A few people I need to look for. But I wish you the best of luck. I have all the faith.
Thank you. I guess we'll see you there tomorrow then.
No, I won't be there. I'm not sure when you'll see me again.
Well, would you like a cracker to go? And I'm gonna hold up a plate for her.
Is there any way to
Half a cracker
contact
on
her
it.
if we need her?
That's a good point. Can you give us
I
our
would like to-
contact?
I think it's part of the game.
Say, hey Jana, do you perhaps happen to have those that refresh I gave you for mendicant or magnet, whatever his name, bias guy?
Magnikin, yeah, I do. Here you go, and she just flicks it over to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you might need it more than I do.
Yep. That reflex just wore off, so I may just pop this red quick. Since my intelligence is still down.
And she goes in, and here's a skin graft too. She sort of like reaches in one of her like tight cargo pants pockets and pulls out one that's still sort of like perfectly sealed.
Thanks. I like my skin though. I mean,
this is the same. This is like the manual application version of what Vitalith gave you.
It's just a slab of bloody human skin.
And Vidi goes up to her and he goes, "You won't need that. Just put that back in your pocket. They have me, and they are more than happy
I'm still
with
taking
what
it.
they have."
I'm still taking this. What's your name? Vitalith? Vitaman? Vitafrank?
Vitalith.
Vitalith. Okay. Vitalith.
Jay calls me Vidi.
Vidi.
I call it Lilith.
Vidilith. All right. Let's I'm keeping this just in case you need to go heal somebody else. All right. Push him aside and take it. I guess.
The sort of disc dips low in a sullen fashion, just sort of like slowly hovers over to the corner. You just hear muttering. All right, and with that, I think I'll be on my way. It's a pleasure as always, and I look forward to seeing how far y'all go.
Wait. So we're not getting her comms channel?
Oh, no. It's part of the test. You'll find her, I'm sure. We'll figure it out.
I hate tests. Alright.
Well, life's a test, ain't it? The machine's
What do you
days
like,
are
Dad?
numbered. It'll change. I'm like like I'm some pretty big shit in the resistance. You get me? I've been through it all.
Shit.
You all are babies, all right? Cubs. And we're teaching you how to navigate this world with the machine watching our every step. You do well to listen up.
I snipe her as soon as she comes out.
She grabs the bullet and then puts it in her ear. And
Gives you a little like, thank you.
Yeah.
Tips her hat.
Yeah, so with that, she sort of like from her seated position does tip her hat to you guys and says, and we'll always be around. We'll be in touch. If you want to get in touch with me, just find a runner and they'll know the lay of the land well enough to get the word out.
Sorry, I'm gonna ask you the DM because it's a mechanical thing. But how do we just access runners?
I mean, you can access the job board, or you can she can send out a message into the net, into the deep, deep stream.
Cool.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, she hops off. You hear the feet, the boots, sort of land in the numerous rocks at the bottom of the railway, and she disappears off into the darkness.
Cool. I'm gonna be like,
Super.
thank
I see which way she's going.
Yeah, go do another intelligence plus perception.
Real quick, I want to ask a player thing, not a
16.
character thing.
Left. I'm just kidding.
I was like, wow.
She leaves down in the opposite direction of where you are. Like she doesn't walk towards you. She takes a left around the around your car and disappears into the network of connected cars.
Got it.
Quick player, did the Dragon's Breath shotgun rounds do more damage or just the same amount of damage as regular shotgun shells?
We'll add a d6 of fire damage, even though there is no such thing as fire damage here. But we'll see just what it does. It's just like adding the effect of fire as well.
Got one skin graft, one refresh. The skin graft does what for healing? Like 20?
No, so just minor mechanical difference. The skin graft does 15 and Vitalith does 20.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought the Vitalith basically just has almost like its ammo is skin grafts.
Yeah, but it's really the TLC that he puts into every single weave.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the audio track.
Yeah.
Okay.
what time of day is it?
It's probably about 8 p.m.
Okay. I'm gonna wait till like 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, and then I'm gonna go take care of that body.
Do you care that that the rest of the Mortal Code knows what happened?
I will have known.
I'm
what
not
happened.
gonna say anything.
I'm not.
I won't
Yeah,
say anything.
You notice that
about
your
it.
machete is gone.
Yeah.
Jay.
Gonna
Oh, no.
stay on Overwatch for a good amount of time, and
And you still have that armor I put on you.
I'm naked.
I put armor on you in the car, though.
No, you were wearing armor in the last episode.
Yeah, I put armor on you in the car, remember? I was
Yeah.
like, hey,
Oh,
put
then
this
I
on.
then I totally forgot about that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, deliver.
Then yeah, you have armor now.
I'm gonna, for this area, am I in a cart or am I just surrounded? Am I in like a mud hut or something?
What you're on top of a cart.
On top of
Of
a
a
cart?
car. I'm sorry. I keep saying cart, but a car.
Okay.
It sounds like a cart.
Before I got on top of the cart, I would have taken off the armor and kind of like buried it right, like if I'm overview, whatever direction I'm facing, the armor is directly in front of me under the ground slightly. So I can just like dodge roll straight off the cart onto the armor, put it on. And then like barrel roll under the cart.
I mean, do you remember how he got rid of his original getup?
Yeah.
He just tumbled and then woof,
Yeah.
like
I'm really good at it.
rolled out of a sewer and out of your clothes and just chucked them into a garbage can. Okay.
Breakaway pants.
Why are you so good at this?
I didn't always used to
A
kill
past
people.
life as a stripper.
Yeah.
Those button
Yeah,
pants.
exactly like Amos. I didn't always used to kill people.
Ooh, that's appropriate. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm talking about pumps, walking in pumps.
I didn't always kill people. Okay. What are you guys up to now? Waiting till 11. Netra is.
I'm gonna. I'll be outside the car and wait. I would assume I'd know what Nectar's up to, and I want my machete back. So I'm gonna wait.
I didn't take your machete.
It was in him.
Oh, I thought it just
It's
hit
probably-
him, but like it's not actually in him anymore.
He said it was in his abdomen or in his chest, essentially.
Well, I'll take that out, and I'm gonna bring it into the cart. And I'm gonna say like, yeah, I guess raccoon, you know those trash pandas, they're so cute. But anyways, one of them must have triggered this machete trap. Here you go. I'm gonna hand him the machete.
If you need help taking out the trash, I'm pretty good at that.
I'm gonna look like nervous, but then give him like a understanding nod, like, Yes, I do need help taking out the trash.
Didn't get heavy.
Is there like a typical place where people dump bodies in this world, like a river?
You do remember seeing the sign on the job board that a what was it, like a trash compactor needed, like somebody needed help cleaning organic material out of a trash compactor. So oftentimes you'll just see bodies in garbage cans or dumpsters. Like there's not a lot of, unless it's an assault or affront or an offense to a robo from an organic, then they're not really going to, like, human on human violence is like, maybe they want it.
Okay. I'm also gonna search him before we dump his body for like drugs, money.
I mean, there's literally nothing but dirt and fungus, in and all around him. Like that's why he was so desperate to, get some of what you guys got.
I see.
Yep. You ended a very vibrant life. Very
Vibrant life.
vibrant.
You did me a favor.
I did you a favor? Oh, that's good.
The vehicle is still out. Astraea, your vehicle is still out in front with the sort of ambulance colors on it, the red and gold.
I can scrape the paint off for you if you want.
It's still painted in the livelihood of that company? You said the red?
Yes.
I guess if there's no problem with it staying that way, I'll leave it that way, I guess.
Yeah, it might help. It might still draw. I mean, so long as you don't have the caboose connected, the trailer that house all the medical supplies, you should be okay. And it may even help in some cases. Yeah, in high scrutiny areas, it probably wouldn't make it pass, and it may even make you a target for some people hoping to get their hands on some medical supplies or information about trade routes or so on and so forth. It's like no more dangerous than just literally just driving out on the road as you are now. And you drove away in the coloring from the sort of riot site with your original colors, so you don't. Those aren't safe anymore, really, either.
It doesn't look that way. I've already know what it needs. But
Where's the music?
Did we ever establish the health of the car? Like, is it 20 per door?
Okay, so yeah, the way that's going to work, and we'll work through it. I'm sorry, I had like an idea in my mind that when put into practice was just completely obliterated last episode. So the way that the car is going to work is it is going to act as your armor. As soon as the threshold for armor is beaten with the amount of damage dealt to it, like the armor is going to be 20.
The whole car, like every side.
Yeah, it's going to be 20. I mean, it's not like if you're being assailed by bullets, it's not going to stop like a lot. It's not going to stop everything. You didn't like fully reinforce it. And I'm sorry. It's 20, I think 4. So it's 22 right now. 24 with the. Sorry, let's backtrack. It was 22 with the additional armoring that you put on it within a day hastily. That was taken down from the shots that you from the mutants last time, and then it's an extra 2 for every shield that's put out in the direction of the firing. So when the armor threshold gets surpassed, you take the additional damage, and there's like not a weapon. Unless it's a rocket launcher, which would make sense, that does a significant amount more than 22 points of damage. So imagine you're getting assailed, four gang members shoot at your vehicle, and they all get 21. As your armor degrades, individuals inside have only taken about 4 points of damage at that point. Does that make sense?
That just seems an awfully low amount for a car.
Trust me, it's quite. And again, we'll play with it.
That means like each door is 5 points of HP.
Yeah, but it also means, so imagine you're in a chase for a prolonged period of time and every shot deteriorates the armor. like you still. I think just
Wouldn't that mean 5 shots kills 1 door?
5 shots just lowers the armor. Yeah, and it would.
It's just like the way our armor works. So if they deplete it, then it just removes.
So
Yeah,
I'm
each,
just
each door. If each door is 5, then.
so I
one
want
shot
you.
would
I would
destroy it.
just ask you to play along, and if you think that it's not fair or it deteriorates too quickly, then we can readdress it. But last time, I don't think anybody took damage in the car, so I'm pretty confident that it'll be okay.
Wait, I think the one missing piece that might not be clicking here is that it's not destroyed. It just if the damage of the weapon.
I got the damage of the weapon and everything, but that's still just saying that means like if it's 20 points overall for the whole car, that means it's only 5 points per door then. Like if
No,
you're
no,
saying
don't
on the
think
left
about
side,
it.
it's
Don't
like
think
shot.
about it per door.
Yeah.
It's literally just to keep it simple. It's just the integrity of the vehicle.
Yeah, and
Let's
it
not
doesn't
get
go to
bogged down by the
0.
mechanics right now. We can talk about it after the stream. And if something comes up that is confusing or that you disagree with, we can talk about it when it happens. But let's not get bogged down by the mechanics right now. So what do you guys like to do? And for some reason, none of the music is playing.
I'd like to talk to Netra.
Go for it.
I'm not a tech guy, but I think we should take the sewer route when we get to that point. I am a sewer guy, though. I think it would be helpful, though, if you were to put a marker on in your system so that we can still follow the White Rabbit even when we're in the underground. That makes sense. If we're on the surface level, you gotta have some kind of tracking system, some kind of map overlay.
No, I don't.
VR, AR, what?
Apparently I don't. I can try and install one though.
Yeah.
You can download you can get the overlays for like districts, but you can't get like I have the entire city map now and I can find every single avenue as we go forward.
I'll download like subway maps and District 3 was it? District 3 Prime.
No, sorry. So let me correct that. You can download it when you're there at the terminal. They're again, it's like they're not just going to open up. The machine does not like enabling people and individuals, especially with information, because information is dangerous. So it's literally you have to sort of hack into something, get past their security to get the maps of each district.
Okay.
What about like a compass? It'd be good to know at least if we're headed in the right direction.
I do have a compass overlay.
If we just know the distance and the direction, pretty sure we can figure out the rest.
Okay. You're saying follow the White Rabbit. How am I gonna follow that?
White Rabbit is the broadcast tower.
No, it's not. She just literally just said if you get lost, follow the White Rabbit.
What?
Yeah.
It's not helpful at all.
Unless we see like, maybe there's gonna be like a little graffiti of a white rabbit in a tunnel.
I think Netra's got the right idea.
Yeah, and then I'll be like, this direction.
From your encounters with the Resistance so far, they do seem to have like the graffiti artists, the ne'er-do-well, the taggers in the street seem to be connected to their sort of like information chain. From the mortal code being sort of splayed across the Beggar's Reach and potentially other places as well. From the White Rabbit that you saw at the 11th story of the building in the Wings of Liberty Square.
No, I get it. If you're ever looking for me, follow the machete slashes.
Yeah, I know.
Same system.
That's how I've found you a couple times, actually. Whenever I get separated from you in a shopping center or something, I just look for the machete marks.
Okay. I think I get it. I guess that's it, really.
Okay.
Okay. So nighttime approaches. The body is hidden. Netra and Jay sort of wink eyes and collaborate on disposing bodies in the future and how you're going to get to the Ministry of Information's broadcast tower. Winslor's keeping watch. Astraea, are you doing anything to your vehicle or anything?
I am just, I guess, chilling inside the vehicle.
Someone should get healed again before the end of the night. Who's looking the most sick?
Pretty sure it's you, Netra.
Did somebody say healing?
If I
Netra,
could
do you
put-
require my services?
If I could put a number to my health, I feel like I'm at like a 14.
I put numbers to all
What are you at?
health matters.
If you could put a number to yours,
Lower.
Oh.
then Lilith.
I'm feeling like I look.
please.
But you do have the skin graft that Astraea got, but Astraea might not. Sure.
It'll be a new day tomorrow.
Lilith.
And you'll get
Just
more.
Just use the Vitalith, yeah. What the?
Yeah, Lilith, go fix up Winslor over there. He's looking pretty rough.
We'll see if Vitalith rolls high enough to see if it just knows where Winslor is.
Right.
Can I point him out?
You already rolled your stealth
Are
check,
you-
Winslor. You already rolled your stealth check.
No, but if she's sending it over to me, I could just ping her my location.
Oh, okay.
Why would
I didn't know
I-
if you would want a glowing drone to fly over to you and administer something to an individual hiding on top of a
I just
car.
need, no. If I see it
point.
coming over to me, I will break position to meet it somewhere, and I will find a new position once I return.
Okay.
So tactical.
Yeah.
I mean, you also know that like this area that you guys are in doesn't see a lot of the machine drama. That's one of the reasons why you picked it.
I'm paranoid as fuck. That's crap.
Got it. Well, this is the stream is not for
I don't
children.
get it.
There's
Yes.
no point in
He's
correcting
meth
yourself.
acting right now.
He's meth acting.
Yeah.
Meth.
You guys find a dark corner where
No.
Vitalith says,
So, show me the afflicted area.
and you hear, although you don't.
Like I'm just
You see-
I'm
you see, like,
staring at it in a
you see
loincloth.
compartments like
You
no, you're
lift
not in a
up
loincloth.
your
You're in armor.
loincloth.
You see like
No,
compartments, sort of
I'm
like.
completely naked. Other
No,
than a loincloth.
remember. Oh
I
yeah,
hid my
oh
armor.
yes, you did. Okay, man, you and your armor. I need to keep. I need
I'm
to.
I'm covered in mud and probably shards of glass and blood. Definitely poop and urine of
Gross.
sorts.
It's a courtesy. that
Yeah.
he's offering,
So-
you know?
Where aren't you hurting?
Brain, my mind's good. V.
Call me V. I like it.
V.
And you start to see like the tiny little hands press up against your chest, like really really softly, and like splay out
I'm just like
the metal,
standing there. Like,
like fingers, the articulating portions that actually do the mending, and then it's like,
So tell me, where?
yes. Could you just
all right. 5 minutes later,
could you
after
get this over with?
he's asking you where you're
I'm
afflicted.
like, my body hurts right now. Like, I don't know where you want me to point out. My whole body. Like,
He starts giving you a back
I got
rub.
stabbed.
He's like,
there,
I got stabbed. I got
there,
shot. I
Winslor.
fell out of a building. I fell down a two-story building.
It'll be okay. And then you feel like that like behind you, like the heat dispensing from the engine being sort of like filtered
Warm him
out
up.
is just like spreading across the nape of your neck, or the back of your neck, and you just feel the hand sort of like rub the side of your head and go,
It'll be okay.
Yeah. I just stand there like, yeah, can we get hurry? I gotta get back to Overwatch.
Okay, so
Hey.
since you didn't actually say where you're afflicted, you get 5 points of healing back, but it's just because you feel better as an
Oh my
individual.
God.
It's a therapy bot, and it just flies away.
Jesus.
My whole body hurts. I fell out of a building and got shot. I think I gave an accurate.
Yeah, so imagine that there's like a portion that needs mending.
And I
It
pointed
can't-
to my body, which is covered in shit and piss right now.
and he's like, oh, I don't know what to do with this.
Thanks, V.
gonna get back to the Overwatch now. And I'm gonna go over the comms like, that robot's a piece of shit.
So yeah, the Vitalith goes back and just says like, so long story short, I still have 1 cartridge of a skin graft left.
18 on stealth to get back into my position.
The car right next to it, from the one that you were just on. You just,
Cool.
yeah.
Be like, you didn't take care of his shotgun wound?
It was hard for me to assess. His body truly was suffering all over, but he would not specify where the bulk of the damage was.
Alright, that's
Over
fine.
there kind
I'm
of
gonna
a
lift
long
up
time.
like my shirt to reveal the stomach.
Oh, thank
shotgun
God.
Wound. I'm like, please heal me.
It would be my pleasure.
And then he just like dips down and starts mending. And the night progresses, unless you guys would like to do anything else with your night.
Do I have my
Everybody,
other machete back?
yes, you've managed to find your other machete, and everybody heals their body points. Who did a first aid check at the end of the Wings of Liberty night?
What did I get from the healing from the?
You're fully healed. If you only had 14
Oh, okay.
to heal, you're feeling chipper. Okay, the morning comes.
Wait, sorry, quick question. Armor. How does? Do I have to see a person about that?
Yeah, you got to see a person about that.
Okay.
You can use one of the Vitalith's cartridges because it's synthetic material as well to mend your armor. But it's literally like just like you have to pick or choose what you're gonna do with those 2 usages.
Sorry, I think it's just a one-time question since I never healed armor before. But is armor healing something that like Natra could do?
No.
Something that we could do?
I mean, if you tell me that that's what you like, if there's a like, none of you guys really have backgrounds in fixing.
We're not med tech or.
Yeah, like none of you guys are techs.
Okay.
I
me especially. Okay.
So yeah, it's something that you're gonna have to outsource, unless you find again like a machine to do it or something, some tool. All right.
Wait, sorry. Do I have my other machete?
What? Why would you not have it?
I gave it back to you.
Oh, you did? Sorry, I guess.
This was the second time that you've asked that question.
I don't know.
And
I have. It didn't click.
do you have 3?
I'm just gonna keep asking for machetes. Sorry.
how many he can get
Okay,
away
then
with.
I'll reset the trap and
It's
try
a
and
partnership between
roll,
the DM and the player.
And I roll. I'll
I
try
just
and do a better
throw an
job
imagination
with this
or imaginary
trap.
machete into your juggling. Okay. The night passes. Winslor,
Wait. Sorry. I was trying to reset that machete trap.
Yeah, that's easy. You just do it.
But I was hoping that I could do a better job this time.
You straight up, it worked.
But last time it was a very poor. Oh, are you saying was it like a one-time trap to determine the overall quality, and that I can't re-roll to improve it?
It's the same trap. It's like you either roll high enough to do it or you don't.
Oh, okay.
Like you connect it to a piston that's connected to a like when the door opens, it unleashes it. There's not like a better way to do that unless you get components and like hook up 3 machetes or like superheat your machete or electrify it or something like that.
Okay.
It's literally just like pass or fail.
Gotcha.
And yeah, you've done it before, so I'm just giving it to you.
Cool.
You know what? Anything else before the next day?
I'm gonna watch for like an hour and a half, hour to 2 hours into the night.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
Cartoons.
Yeah.
On Adult Swim.
Yes.
Anyways, I watch for an additional hour, 2 hours, and then I'll just kind of steal a
Druggy's blanket if there's one near me.
It does start to get cold. It's like that kind of cold that like you can handle it at first, but because you're so still, it just like seeps into your bones.
Druggy's blanket is a newspaper.
My newspaper's good insulation.
You just like see like
One
you.
I'll dig myself
You
into
like
a blanket.
look down over the side and see that there just like a head meet you of a knocked out like mouth open head out of the window, Druggy, and you do see this like 5 newspapers just over their chest that you just like stick your gun down and like fish for him.
I'll take 2. I'm not gonna take all of them. I don't want him to die.
And you just hear like as you like pull the 2 up, you just hear what?
I'm just go. I'm cold, brother. I'm just taking a few. Help me out, man. Help me out.
No, you didn't even hear the guy
Oh.
say it. It's like you hear a voice just in the car say it. Clearly tripping off his balls. Has no idea what it is.
His ball.
And as you say, I'm cold. You just hear right on.
I have a thing I'd like to do.
Yes, Jay.
It's very late. I assume other people are up though.
Oh. What are you
What?
trying to do late at night with nobody around? Jay?
No, I'm not trying to. I'm trying to. Is Netra up?
Why are you asking me?
Are you up?
Yes.
I was the reason why I'm asking is because I'd like to talk to
Put on a show.
late night stream. I would essentially like to talk to Netra to now that we have, a lull before the next thing we're about to do. Go over because I was trying to rip out parts from the Minister of Death. So I'd like to explain to her what I saw to see if it's helpful in case maybe I don't know, it's a system that she's familiar with and can better prepare herself the next time we go up against the Minister of Death. Oh, okay, he's using this system, so I know a back way in there, or cut the blue cable kind of thing.
Okay. Give me an intelligence plus. We'll do education. Like how much you know about what you saw of the Minister of Death's makeup, and seeing if you can relay that effectively enough back to Netra to give her some insight into the next time that you encounter him.
He is a machine, though. You can't just change his parts out.
And I rolled a 9.
So, he's big and metal. He's got metal parts everywhere. He's,
Tubes. Lots of tubes.
He's got either 4 or 5 fingers. Was his a thumb a finger?
He's got metal.
He's got metal. And
You woke me up for this.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jay. Noted.
You're the hacker, not me.
I'm gonna take out an imaginary notepad
It's whatever.
and I'm gonna pretend to be
Whatever you
writing
got
in it.
against metal tubes.
I saw some
They're
bolts
using,
too.
Using tube technology.
Tube technology.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll be over.
it sort of manifests as like, hey Netra, are you asleep yet?
Not anymore.
Okay. Well, that was an attempt.
I mean, I like the thought. Just a better roll will yield better results.
Look, just assume I didn't go to wherever they were handing out education.
School.
Yeah, they were handing it out, and then when you reached out your hand, they're like, nah. Okay, the morning comes. The morning
Yes.
comes.
Yes.
The morning comes, and
Third time I can't.
But does it?
you all wake up. You feel much better than you did the day before. Many of you are pretty much full health if you're still adding your body to your overall hit points. Winslor, you do add. What's your body?
10.
What's that body? You add 10. What are you at now?
I was at 21 last night.
To heal?
You tell me. I was at, like, I got healed from V to 21, and then I slept.
Okay, so you're at 31 now.
Cool.
Okay, and yeah, the day is yours. You can either start your trek now, or
I'm actually at 21. 21. I only have 8 body. Thought I had 10.
oh, so 29 health. Then.
29, yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask Netra, but really this is to you, Magnus.
So how far away is the broadcast tower? Is it going to take us a full day?
I'm looking at the map. A very
She's
vague
she's
map.
Google searching
So we
it.
got
It'll be about a half an hour drive to Maker's Market. And then from there, the district is connected. So like Maker's Market is this District 3, but not District 3 Prime. And so you're pretty much getting into the district and then going, based off of what Jana had said, through the market, assessing either above or below, and then the construction site is relatively close by after that.
okay. Winslor. I was thinking last night, maybe I can do that dirty job, you know, the one with the trash compactor. Maybe there's some clothes over there that might be better than what you got on now.
I got nothing on.
As long as you're, well, man, if you're okay with wearing cadaver garbs.
I don't care what I'm wearing.
Clearly.
Anybody up for the job?
Do I see any, like,
Cyberpunk
drug addict, like, completely just just dead?
I mean, any one of them, it's going to take a little bit to see whether or not they're not dead, you know?
I like kind of like push them real good. Like, hey, you okay? And I'm gonna find the one that's just like not responsive at all.
Rub
You-
his shin.
Oh yeah, or I'll do the knuckles on his chest.
Sternum rib?
Knuckles
Yeah.
on his
Without
chest?
his machete.
Yeah. So it's like if you just sternum rub, it's like it's really aggressive and painful to see if somebody's alive or not.
Give it a good old swing on that machete.
And every time if they wake up and you're like, I'm making sure you're good. Good go, brother. I don't want you dying on me. Human race needs to survive, you know.
He says, Sabra!
Like, human race needs to survive. You're no good to us dead. The machine loves you. But it's not true. You know that, right, brother?
What?
He looks at you very confused, and then with a very sort of like, whoa, kind of level of thought. Give me a cool plus persuasion. Plus 1d10.
You just blew his mind.
Cool plus persuasion. Do I have persuasion? I do. 14.
He looks at you, and his eyes just like narrow and start to water a little bit, and then his eyes go down to his hand that has like 3 syringes in it, and he just drops them, and he starts, crying.
This baby out of here.
Yeah.
All right, you have a better life now. I'm gonna
be a doctor.
Are there any clothes? Do I see any like rags or clothes on the floor?
Yeah, there's like a stack of them. It's like a stack of thrown away clothes. You know if it's
I put on a shirt and pants. Okay, I don't care.
okay. It's a little tight. Skinny jeans.
How tight?
And,
Can I make them skinny shorts, like silkies? I need to be able to run.
That's up to you, man.
Yeah,
you put on the skinny jeans and you use your knife and
rip
cut.
them off.
Yep.
Yeah. Make them short shorts. I need to be able to run.
Oh god, might as well just wear your loincloth.
I need the extra to
Be
you
better
know,
than these.
I have to be decent.
Nasty
Can he have a-
I have to
short
be
shorts.
decent.
Gene Keeney.
Yeah, it's a Gene Keeney.
Ooh.
I like that idea.
Cut,
Gene
cut
Keeney.
them into like a
But like a
thong.
modest Gene Keeney. Like, I'm not trying to impress anybody, but still trying to show the goods.
The shirt is a little bit tight. It's a V-neck. And
Shirt's fine.
It does say pink.
That's perfect.
Oh.
Can I have the
You're
Can I have the
you're
jeans?
kicked out of the gang.
Can I
Nobody
have-
wants you here.
Can I have
anymore.
the Gene Keeney say juicy?
Oh god. No, you just
You do
write
find
that
like
in
you do
marker.
find like a small box with like a collection of bedazzling material. Somebody in this cart, like you start to look around a little bit, and you see like there's like a little bit of everything. It's just a little bit bedazzled. Somebody has a habit, a hobby in here,
I
and
live there.
you
That's what that is.
The reason why I throw it out.
you find the glue gun. It's actually somebody's arm, and you
What?
sort of like use it, and you manually, it doesn't look good, but it does say juicy.
Like I didn't know how to spell juicy.
It's behind you, man, and you're using somebody else's arm to do it. It's you know what? Fine, I'll let you roll. Give me a
J-I-Z-Z-Y.
jeez.
And it actually
Yeah, let's play with this. It's gonna be an intelligence plus local expert. Local expert being like, how familiar are you with your back and somebody else's
15.
arm?
Busy.
Jizzy.
Jizzy.
It's fine. I put 18 plus on this video.
Yep.
I don't care.
It says it.
Done.
You did it.
Perfect.
Pink juicy.
I'm meeting up. I'm meeting back up.
Uh,
Tight polo, pop collar, Gene
No, it's a
Keeney.
V-neck.
It's a V-neck.
V-neck. Says
Pop collar
pink on the
V-neck?
back. And Gene Keeney, this is Jizzy. and an assault rifle.
I'm gonna look at you. I'm gonna be like, this is a look. And you know what? You do you, Winslor.
I'm gonna say, all right.
Cyber something.
What-
Cyber something.
What I
Cyber.
miss? I've been Overwatch all night.
We
Nothing.
miss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah. What'd you get up to?
Overwatch. What do you mean?
Oh.
What's new?
Yep.
I blend in with my surrounding. I was in that cart, and I point off to the cart that I was at. I'm like, yeah, I was in that cart. If I'm ever on Overwatch, I'm there.
I'll take Overwatch next.
That's a good cart.
You stay close
Oh,
to the car.
Don't stray too far at night anymore. I don't think.
okay. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm gonna go to my my locker and pull out another jumpsuit.
What?
After all that work.
Yeah.
Are you just gonna wear the jumpsuit over it?
Under.
Winslor, don't let them deter you from being your authentic self.
Is that V?
Yeah.
I kind of just stare like, you're a robot, and I put on the overalls, but I keep the shirt and stuff on. Like I'm gonna wash myself off real quick with some water, but I'm gonna put those clothes back on and then put the overalls over the clothes in case I need to do the same thing again.
Show us where he healed you.
Show us.
Show us on this doll where he healed you.
I kind of just stripped down. I'm like, he healed me like kind of here, but no, I'm.
He had to
hurt.
roll across the floor to do
Yeah,
it,
like
though.
I'm still bleeding on my right buttock, but we're good.
Right buttocks. Finally, some direction.
Yeah. Alright.
Okay. All right.
That was graphic.
So as you guys prepare for the day ahead of you, that is where we will take a great break. And we'll meet you back here in a few minutes. Thank you for watching so far, everybody. I hope you are enjoying their humble abode. See you in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're live.
We're all alive, aren't we?
Welcome back, Assassins,
Top shot.
To the stream of your dreams. Your cyberpunk dream.
Top strap.
Its strap is just loose.
Anybody ever tell you guys you look like top straps?
All the time.
We're very supportive.
You're welcome. All right, so the next morning comes. You have until the end of the day to make it to the Ministry of Information's broadcast tower in District 3 Prime, where Sai, one of the leaders of the Resistance, awaits you all. What do you wish to do? It's a short car ride there to the Maker's Market, where Jana recommended that you stop off.
I'm going to prepare to hack into the city's system and get the map.
Okay. All right.
Do we have time?
Prepping that.
Do we have time for me to do that nasty job with the trash compactor?
Aren't we in the city now? Right now, going there, or are we still at
No.
our house, just waiting?
Still at the house.
Oh.
I mean, I can fast forward.
We haven't left yet. It's the next day.
Still
Is it
sitting in the car. waiting then?
fast? Is it a fast job?
Let's just say a lot of the trash compactors that you've seen are industrial sized in Robo City 16, and it would take a lot of. Let's just say you'd have to be very thorough, and it'd actually probably take most of the day to clean out. If there are gears and machinery that is sort of stuck up with organic matter, that's a lot of cleaning. Imagine, our kitchen and living room, but like times 4.
Wow.
You don't have time.
Whole thing on ourselves.
Jesus. That thing's gotta smell real bad.
Never mind. We'll do it when we get back. I'm ready to go when you guys are.
All right. Unhooking the back, very Zeus medical facility adorned trailer from Astraea's vehicle, still located in the subway system that your car is in your home is located in currently. You guys pile in and take off, taking a little bit of the underground for about a mile before you find a less known avenue back onto the main streets on the outskirts of the city, and you make your way in towards the upper city in District 3 Prime. Same sites as before. It's actually one of the same roads that you took to get to the Zeus Medical Facility on the all the way across the side. As the skyline starts to get taken up by skyscrapers, all immaculate and shiny, and you can actually see large cleaning beetles climbing up the side. If you've ever seen Appleseed, those giant beetle cannon machines, imagine they're just geared towards cleaning, where they're just sort of slowly meandering up the building with thousands upon thousands of circulating bristles going up the sides, and you can see below them is just sparkly clean. You can actually see your car and the entire scene of the wasteland behind you get displayed in the mirror shine of a lot of these buildings as you guys are driving forward. It doesn't take that long. You leave the outskirts of the city. We'll say, Netra, you've used your ability to hack into a lot of the lights and the bridges just to make your avenue of approach much faster. You get there in about 20 minutes, actually. Way to go. And there is in this portion, it's still you are in the Undercity, you're at the threshold between the Undercity and the Upper City, where a lot of the hopeful individuals sort of like are starting to like working to sell their wares, make it big, sell their new CDs or whatever, sell their new VR games, and you park. There's really no safe place. Like if you want your vehicle to be taken care of, just like you did last time, you're gonna have to coerce some of the public, or just hope that you're lucky this day, as this portion of the city is still incredibly dirty. There's a lot of small robots serving people, sort of like weaving in and out of your vehicles as you're driving through now slowly on these streets, as people are just almost like casually living, walking across, looking at their phones, distracted in VR headsets, looking at different donuts, trying to decide which one to purchase. And you're just sort of like slowly driving through as you see the overhead signage hacked together with numerous different LED lights and like it's almost like a ransom note is how eclectic this sign is. This says Maker's Market. And yeah, what would you like to do? How would you like to either secure your vehicle or yeah, it's up to you.
I'm just gonna lock it. That's about it. Hope for the best this time.
Is there a way for you to mask this vehicle? Anybody looking at or using AR or VR?
I can try. I can try to make this look like a really old, shitty car that nobody wants to steal through augmented
Busted
reality.
shopping cart.
Ah, that's a good idea.
Busted
No, somebody
shopping
might
cart.
want that shopping cart.
Wouldn't that just mean anybody who has normal eyes can see a normal car?
Yeah, but a lot of people wear headgear.
It's like taking care of one of the audiences that would be looking at it.
Are there any cameras in the area that you could hack into, maybe? Keep an eye on the car.
Let me check. I look
Car
around
might
for
be fine,
security
so.
cameras.
I mean, it's kind of like as soon as you are like, wow, good idea, you look around and it's like, oh yeah, there's security cameras everywhere in Robo City 16. It's like, always just consider there's a perpetual sort of like overhang of cables that are connected to numerous cameras looking in like thousands of different directions.
I'm gonna look for one that seems like it's more low security. You know, not like a police camera, but maybe like a shop camera that's faced towards the vehicle.
Okay, go ahead and give me a tech plus basic tech.
Plus 1d10 roll, please.
$17.
Easy enough. What would you like to... What is the view that you want this camera to output?
I just want to make sure, or keep a visual on the car to make sure nobody's messing with it.
Okay, tap in, easy enough. Sort of green light goes on in your HUD, in your headset, and a small rectangular feed is in the top left corner of the car that you can sort of address at all times. And along with that, you've also established your sort of AR manipulation of the scene of like anybody using just a VR headset or AR glasses or anything like that, or just zoned out in their phone with all the different AR technology embedded inside, will see a shopping cart you wanted.
Can it be a locked dumpster? So it's a dumpster, but if they look at it and they decide, I'm gonna throw away my trash, they'll realize they can't because it's locked.
I'd say with your experience in this city especially, it's almost like dumpsters are like hot ticket items, you know?
Never mind.
Like free reign, like you're just gonna see people like swimming in the top of Astraea's vehicle.
No, I don't want yeah, I guess a shopping cart, but all the wheels are broken. So nobody's gonna want that.
Hole in the bottom.
Yeah,
Anything inside?
yeah. I was just gonna say that. A piece of
Whole
poop.
bunch of shit.
Not a whole bunch of shit, but just some poop.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Just enough poop.
Just
You don't
to-
want to attract like
just
a
the
poop
sweet spot of
lover,
poop.
but like
2 cubic feet of poop.
Not enough to be interesting to a
Like poop
corpophiliac,
lovers. Yeah.
but like, you
Just,
know.
like, 2 pieces. Where someone looks at that and they're like, ew. and they
Morphed
keep
into like a
walking.
wheel of cheese.
And so the magical part about this is that like it doesn't just like you don't just like say it and it comes to be. Like you spent time making this. Like
Yeah.
you
Made the
designed the realistic poop that's like slowly being
Dripping through, yeah.
Exactly. Okay, just I want to make sure that
Definitely.
you know that you spent time to make that.
I definitely did.
Save that.
Okay.
Save that file.
So there are a
Yeah,
few
yeah.
different areas that have been taken care of here. Astraea, are you happy with the security of your vehicle?
Yeah, I said just hope for the best. We'll look for luck.
Okay. As you guys walk closer towards the actual, Maker's Market main thoroughfare, where a lot of the activity from the streets is sort of collected into this main avenue. It's a definitely one of the lower city markets. There's a it's a dense avenue that you're going through with many different establishments. The murmur of mercantile and gossip conversations are filling the air. A familiar murmur. It's almost like the you're used to it from living next to and walking through Beggar's Reach as frequently as you do. But unlike the damp garbage smell of Beggar's Reach, there's like a mix of smog and garbage and spoiled street food currently being cooked, actually. Hundreds of sagging cables, like I had said, overhead, leading to cameras, power boxes, neon signs, and you can see rerouted to like teenagers' headsets, like in the corner, in different gaming devices, in the alleyways and different gaming devices. Some laundry even being held on these different cables. There are food vendors. You see one with this sort of like robo cooking burgers outside, and it says like Minister of Meat. You see a ramen shop, and actually on top of this ramen shop, where it's like located pretty high up on the building, it says everyone loves ramen, but it's crossed out everyone, and you just see the white rabbit sort of like spray painted.
So is it ramen as in ramen in the food, or ramen as in R-A-W men?
I'm trying to understand how raw men would manifest here, but no, it's the noodle. And the mascot actually, which is a pig, just has a visor, sort of like spray painted over it. Not quite getting the reference right now, but you can see small trinkets being sold, cybernetic components, energy drinks, 6,000 milligrams of caffeine, VHS tapes. You know how like people in the 70s thought that in the future everybody would be wearing like discs on their shoulders, or actually more so like 20% of everything would be made up of discs, and that was like their version of the future. This is the 1980s version of the future, where there was no better format of the VHS, even that exists 100 years from then. So you just see like VHSs still piled up, oil for machine parts, and there's like a lot of loitering going on. Just people, they have like no business there. They're just like, up against walls. They're talking to each other. Super busy street. What would you guys like to do?
I'd like to look around us for another white rabbit symbol.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a perception plus, intelligence plus perception.
10. natural 10.
Ooh, natural 10. Okay, looking through all of the busyness, all of the chaos of this active street, you see the glitter of buildings off in the distance, sort of focusing downward at the base of them to sort of like the avenues to get to the buildings. You see the bridge that was referenced at the far end of this street, maybe about 150 meters away. And you see 2 guards at the base of it. You imagine that there's probably some area where I believe you were interested more in the sewer approach. Looking down, there's no entrance that's like even remotely would be easy to get into without being seen by everybody around you. There are numerous polizei combing the street. There's like gangs of them. There are K9 47s right at their feet, frisking down people. There's like a constant presence here, especially so close to a prime district. And you do see one sort of like propaganda poster of the machine values you far at the end. But instead of the machine, it's crossed out, and a white rabbit is spray painted over top. And it's at the far end of this market area, and it leads into a specific alley. Son of a bitch! As you guys are walking down this street, though, Netra, you feel like this gentle tap on your shoulder. Middle-aged man says, some cybernetic components, doesn't look incredibly affluent, has a few different like cybernetic mods in his hands, and goes, "Hey there, little lady. That's quite a rad rig you've got on, but my keen eyes tell me your eyes could use something more worthy, am I right? Come, friend." And he sort of like puts his arm around your shoulder.
No.
Let's talk over some coffee. My family loves guests.
I put my hand on his shoulder, like, we're kind of in the middle of something, my man, so
Oh, some
fuck off.
friendly conversation.
No.
Give me a little conversation plus persuasion, I guess. There's no intimidation, but persuasion.
I'd also like to flip up my visor so he can see my eyes and hopefully scare him off. I'm gonna death stare at him.
Okay, do it at advantage. Do your roll at advantage with Netra helping.
So you want 1d10 plus...
plus cool plus persuasion if you have persuasion, and then roll your d10 at advantage.
While this is happening, can I look for like little kids in the area?
19.
Yeah, absolutely. 19. Okay. He as he's walking you toward like trying to walk you towards his is like, it's honestly like a blanket that's covering an entryway, and he goes, "Come, let's have coffee." And then like as he opens the entryway, you just hear, "Mikey, get those strangers out of my house and get a real job while you're at it." He goes, "Oh, okay. I have things to settle really quickly. You know, come back. If you're around later, I've got a deal for you."
Who are we looking for again?
Who are you looking for?
We're just looking for a white rabbit to lead us to the tower.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna, like... You could help us, my man. We're looking for a... White rabbit.
No. I got the white rabbit. Let's just keep walking.
Well, never mind. You have a good day. I'm gonna take my friend now.
I'll be here, buddy.
Go get a real job, like your mother said.
I have the best mods in the business, I'll tell you.
Mothers know best, you know?
That is my woman.
Still your mother, of sorts. And I walk away.
What?
As you guys are walking away, any net runner worth their salt would use one of these. I'll be here when you get back.
Is down the hallway or the alleyway that I see the other white rabbit symbol? Are there any polizei down that way?
It's pretty close to the two polizei robos guarding the bridge. They're not necessarily like guarding it, but they're screening people as they come in. Like you'll see some clearly affluent, very shiny, sleek sort of robo forms. Haven't really maybe even experienced danger once in their lives. Just like walk on through. But the alleyway is like literally the last alleyway before the bridge, before you get to it.
I apologize. So, would I think that it's fine for us to just walk in this alleyway?
I mean, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
We still have a
Over
little distance to
comms,
go.
I'm just gonna. I don't know if I need to like hand signal that I'm using comms. I imagine we're all like close enough, right? I can just talk.
Yeah.
If you look down that alleyway, there's our next rabbit. We should head that way. Don't make a scene. Polizei is all over the place.
Next to the two guards.
I'm gonna send a ping back at acknowledgement. Green ping.
Green ping.
Yeah, I mean, do we have the basic tech to like mark what we're looking at?
Let's make it easy. Yeah.
Nice.
Should be on your nav system.
I like boop it. See, like I see it.
75 meters in closing.
Lay
I'm
low.
saving the location of all these white rabbits too.
Okay. You guys are proceeding forward?
I pick up a broom and I'm sweeping as I'm walking backwards. I'm just kidding.
Good disguise, Jay.
Gotta
The
clear
entire
tracks.
market goes silent. Like there are no good Samaritans here. Nobody cleans a street for free. Okay, you guys are proceeding down
Down the alley.
down the alleys again. Is still about like a little ways
Towards the alley.
Yeah. As you guys continue walking, Jay, with your previous perception check, you do notice that the ministry or the minister of meat, the burgers that he's flipping, have like, you know, 4 on the outside rim, 4 like cylindrical, sort of like scabbed over sort of like dots around them. Then you look and you see like knuckles at the top of the what is now a hamburger. And you see like a rat tail sticking out of another burger. Proceeding down even more.
These are a delicacy.
Down in the sewers.
Yeah. I love rat.
Rat burger.
Hey, buddy, I see you eyeing my prime meat.
I'll be
You
quick.
want a burger?
You know it.
Oh,
We don't have time
yeah.
for you to have food poisoning. We'll get you one on the
I hold
way.
out my hand.
Hey,
wait,
little lady, I take offense
Hold
to
on.
that.
Jay says the delicacy. I want to try this out.
That's right.
Oh boy.
Sewers do it
Bur-
best.
I buy 4
As
burgers.
time is ticking.
I buy 4 burgers. We gotta eat.
He man, there's no constitution check here, but
But we beat it.
there's no like appetizing smell. There is the smell of meat for sure.
Whoa. You got the sauce, right?
Astraea's.
Sorry,
more
you're
or
looking
less
for the
just-
cord. My bad. You're just gonna lead it to my phone.
Just like flips 5 burgers up in the air, throws down some bread. Who knows where the bread came from?
Some hamburger.
Lands on them. Any toppings? It's like you see like cups of various different goops various different colors on his little like side cooler.
The works.
You got the seepage, right?
I would not be out here.
Tell me
I
that-
would not deign to start a business without having seepage on the menu.
Can't go wrong with a good sewage seepage.
And he like takes the burgers like brings them
We're
under
all gonna
his
die
work.
before we
It's like,
even get to the tower.
Yeah.
Plops
Oh,
the burgers
God.
back up.
The works,
Oh,
including
no.
the seepage.
Spins the top buns on his finger, slaps them down, and says,
That'll be 15 creds.
Here you go, my
I
man.
push my burger away and be like, you can keep this.
I flick him. How much? I just flick him some creds.
Ooh,
You will not regret this.
enjoy. No refunds. The crunch,
Nom 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 nom.
remember, is supposed to be there.
Is that a bone?
I still push the
The
burger away.
mystery keeps the customers coming.
I eat the burger. Take one big old bite.
"Okay, is there any? There's
That's it.
yeah, do will and concentration. Give me a will concentration plus 1d10.
Natural 10.
Oh wow.
Wow, you guys actually survived.
27.
27. Yeah, you guys were made for this. You guys grew up on this, probably. It's really just like meat in between is what you register it as. It's what a pleasant crunch that is. It's delightful. All of the familiar flavors. Jay, you like Jay's enjoying it so much, Winslor, that you just look at him and like vicariously you enjoy your burger as well. Like there's got to be something
yeah,
good
I'm
about
Sure
it.
you don't want yours?
I'm gonna
This
take.
is a good
I'm
burger.
gonna see them do this thing, and I'm gonna be like, maybe it's not bad.
Not too
I'm
bad.
gonna
It's
ta-
pretty good.
I'm gonna take a bite.
The crunch is surprisingly sweet.
Will plus concentration, Netra.
Astraea, you don't want your burger.
Nope, don't want it.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
One bite.
100% sure.
I take the burger.
11.
Just like in when you threw up on me in Sea of Thieves, the exact same thing happens. On let's
Just
see,
from
let's
one
roll.
bite. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Violently throw up over both of
Projectile.
Don't worry. Happens to
You said
everybody.
this was good.
Happens
It's
to
a good
everybody.
burger.
You're like you're
Oh.
trying to zone out. You're trying to like close your eyes and understand the flavor, and you're like looking up, like you tilt your head up, and you just like, and it just like slaps. It's a good thing it's a VR headset because it fountains throw up out of your mouth, projectile, and then comes down, and as you try to avoid it, it just splatters all across.
Because it was
your
a
body.
natural 1.
Why would you say that?
Because
You
that's
can't-
necessary
you can't leave
information,
these things
and I
out.
feel like.
But plus
you-
will and concentration.
yeah, you couldn't concentrate nearly hard enough, and you are sort of covered in slimy, goopy goop
Okay.
from
Nobody
your
makes it
own
the
body,
first
so it's
try.
not too bad.
Okay.
That's okay, it's everybody's first reaction.
I
Oh,
forgot what his voice was
okay.
already, but yeah,
I don't
It's
like
in
it.
acquired taste.
It's delicious.
Uh,
You make a mean rat burger, my friend.
Tap my watch. It's time. We head towards Psy, huh? Done with those burgers?
yeah, I'm done.
It's still morning, right? Like, we're...
yeah, you're
A
doing
half hour
you're doing
into
pretty
the
good on
day.
time.
But I mean,
I think
it's a problem
it.
to get up there.
I think it's
Like
more than
Astraea
just
is saying, we
the
need
actual
some
time.
kind of movement in our feet.
I'm ready.
Okay, you guys progress farther down after filling your bellies with a great lunch, just a super
Yes.
super delicious lunch.
Mm.
Proceed farther down, closer towards the bridge. A few meters from the alleyway, and you see the two. There are two security towers on both sides of the bridge, each with turrets on top, and like a bazillion cameras on each of these towers, just looking in every single like conceivable angle. 2 polizei, stoic as all get out, next to each tower. The glittering skyscrapers of the prime district in the upper city behind them, and just like corporate buildings in the damned upper robo class, just behind them. And you could swear for like a brief moment, it kind of looks like the buildings are organized to like give you the middle finger. And you sort of like squint a little bit and you realize that that's just your own hand that's in the air. It's like, muscle memory at this point, giving the finger to the man. And on the other side of the bridge, you just see like perfectly clean stairs leading up into like what has to be streets made of gold, would be maybe your first thought. But who knows? It's rare that most people of your status would really be there. And you dip inside of the alleyway, choosing the where you see just a small white rabbit on top of a grate.
We proceed that way.
Okay. Sliding down, opening the manhole, sliding down, feet slapping wet into the muck. I mean, you guys just ate a burger made out of like hands and rats. Who knows what's even on the lower level of that portion?
We call that soup.
As your feet crack. Yep. Ready-made soup. Nobody goes hungry in the lower levels of Robo City 16. It's honestly a pretty like straightforward path. You slide down. You see that there are avenues that lead directly across and underneath. It's pretty dark down here. You do see some forms of deformed humans just sort of resting on the side. One's eating one of those burgers. It looks like somebody had thrown it away, like it's maybe about a day old or so. And you guys just proceed along the path until you see what looks to be poking through the holes of a grate on the other side of what you know to be the bridge, light streaming down and highlighting a few individuals around the ladder that leads up. Again, just like ripped clothes, deformed faces, sharp teeth. Some of them look not really violent, but just like this is the circumstance of their existence down here as mutants. What were you gonna do, Jay?
I was gonna ask if they look like they're polizei or.
No, they're. It looks like they've never had a vitamin in their entire life. Like their skin is near falling off.
Gotcha. Never mind then.
Yeah. As you guys approach the ladder leading up into the opposite side, one of the deformed individuals at the base goes,
"Where you coming from? Stay a little bit, please. Do you have any stories of what it's like up there?"
You don't want to know. Better down here.
I just ate a hamburger and threw up violently.
Looks like you need to work on your constitution.
Yeah.
Go ahead and Jay, roll a cool plus persuasion.
The natural one.
That's what everybody says. But it just sounds so lively up there. So much light, so much vibrance. There's gotta be something more.
No.
What are we missing?
You're not missing anything.
And then that you see this sharp piece of metal get pulled out from beneath their cloak, and they say,
Please, just tell us. one thing. Tell us a story.
I pull out my knife and hold it back against them.
Okay, give me a cool plus persuade. Man, I wish there was something different. I wish there was interrogate or give me a cool plus persuasion.
Intimidation.
Intimidation. Thank you.
That's really weird that they
Can
don't
I tell her
have
the story of how I killed a druggy hobo in our cart?
Yes. Yeah. Go. Do cool plus persuasion and at advantage.
It is strange if they don't. Come on.
Oh, thank God. 17.
Sort of like the hand wavers a little bit and pulls it back under the cloak, and she says, probably a she.
Thank you. Sounds as bleak as everybody else tells us. But you gotta sympathize. We haven't experienced anything else. If you come back with any other stories, we love to hear them. I'd be careful when you're up there, though. We lost a few ambitious mutants to those damned robo-bastards.
Probably because, you're mutants and really gross. Then I'm gonna slap her on the shoulder and keep walking.
As you slap her on the shoulder and you keep walking, you just hear this slow sort of like slow sleeking down into the ground and just like laying into the water and just giving up.
You got something against mutants?
No. She's just
Sounds
taking
like
up
you
my
do.
time and we're busy.
You just hear the muttering of the female.
Let him through, Gorble and Gibbles.
And sort of like two mutants sort of go from protecting the ladder up to just like slinking down with her, and just allowing you guys entrance.
Flip him a coin.
They like it just kind of slaps into the water,
She
and
doesn't know. It's okay.
You slipped them 1 credit?
Yes.
Somebody a quarter.
75 cents. 25 cents for all of them.
it's got like George Washington on it, and
Who's
it's
that?
exactly. But yeah, exactly. That's the point.
It's probably worth a lot more. Ancient coin.
Don't mind her. He doesn't come down here very often. She means well.
Jay, you go ahead, and as you guys are climbing, and you're sort of like waiting for everybody to go up and trying to make sure that these mutants are not entirely offended and suicidal after their interaction with Netra, said they're okay. Go ahead and roll
I'll roll something.
cool plus persuasion. Persuasion.
14.
Okay, yeah, you can speak their language. You sort of understand their struggle. You spent some time with them as well. These are mutants come in typically 2 flavors, like completely given up on their life, similar to the individuals in front of you, and just like fuck everything, the machine, but also everything in the world. And these are the former. So you guys climb the ladder. Like bright light shines on you, not only from the sky, but just like the glimmer and glare of what is a very affluent portion of Robo City 16. The streets are almost like mirror shine. All of the individuals here have the highest grade of every single component that you could imagine. You sort of like open up, you climb up into a square that is like incredible but not necessary cuisine. A lot of it is oil based, and you see this large, out of all of the buildings in the square, this large sort of like just the bare bones of the girders and some sort of foundational integrations of a new corporate building being built, and you see just sort of like the tarps and the Connex boxes, and on the side of them it just says VR Corp. And you see what is being referred to, that Jana referred to as the construction building, as you're looking up, and you can see, like, right across from it, the numerous antennas of the broadcast building, or the broadcast tower of the Ministry of Information. What'd you guys like to do?
I would like to take a look around and then talk to Netra again.
I will try to hack in. I would jack into the system.
Jack into the system. Okay.
Instructions and stuff.
And I'm just gonna look around.
Yeah, I'm gonna like turn my back to Netra as she's doing this. Just kind of like look at the crowd, look at the people, look at anything in the surrounding area.
I'm gonna hold up my phone as if like I'm looking at my phone.
I would say all of you should either roll a cool plus persuasion, just to like see if you can't blend in with the crowd because you are not robos, or a stealth.
I'll do a stealth.
I'm gonna do a cool.
I will also do a stealth.
20, not natural.
24.
Okay.
I got a 17.
Astraea?
But technically I rolled a natural 1.
Ooh.
I think it's a higher chance to roll a natural 1 than a natural with a D10.
Stop sticking up for her.
Just saying. Shouldn't be
Astraea,
as
what'd you get?
strict as a
6.
D20.
And with everything combined?
It was
I don't
a
have
natural 10.
But you can also do a cool plus persuasion just to try and blend in if you wanted to.
And that would be.
Or do you?
7.
1 and a 0?
Oh.
No.
Somebody approaches you, a robo, with a like sort of like poofy, neon jacket, bald head, but over their face you can see is like a hologram of a sugar face, and they're wearing stilettos. They just sort of like, waltz their way over to you and say, Sugar, where'd you get your face graft? It looks spot on. I'd say not as handsome as it could be, but good work. You look just like one of them skins down there.
Talking to me?
No, sorry. to Winslor, and she actually looks over at Netra trying to like sneak into the bushes, and
I just go, I'm all natural. What do you mean? Where did you get yours?
And
I
when you say all
ask.
natural, she looks over your shoulder at Astraea. She looks at Netra sneaking into the bushes, and she goes, "Oh, who's your sponsor?"
Yeah.
I look at her and just go, rabbit.
Go ahead and roll a cool plus persuasion. Let's see how this goes.
She's the enemy.
Can I do anything right now?
You're hidden. She's not.
But I'd be looking at them.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying that your status currently is not being
20,
seen. So whatever you want to
23.
do, consider that.
Can I go over comms? And
Yeah, go for it.
Netra, anything you can do right now? Hack this bot. Something.
Sorry,
I'm
22.
trying to
22.
get through this bush, but okay. I'm gonna turn around and no, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a coin out of my pocket, and then I'm gonna come out of the bush with this coin in my hand. I'm like, you guys, I found it. Don't worry about it. I found my money. I'm gonna put it back in my pocket.
So Winslor, as
it
you
fell into a
go,
bush and I fished it out and I got it.
Credits me.
yeah,
But it's a.
how antiquated. Winslor, as you tell her the rabbit, she goes, well, I haven't heard about that, but anybody up to no good wouldn't be as brazenly walking through a place that they don't belong as you. I guess I'll be on my way, Skin. Watch yourself around here. Make sure to not dirty up any of our, well, really anything. None of it's yours. And then she spits on the ground and she walks away.
What's yours is yours. What's mine is mine.
And what's yours is down in the depths.
I'm gonna look at her and I'm gonna be like, long live the machine. Like, fist pound the air. And then, like, submissively, like, bow my head at her.
I'm sure you just lost followers.
Maybe you ain't so bad. Just don't catch me seeing you around here again.
The machine loves you.
The same can't be said for you.
And she just walks away. Yeah. So you guys, I mean, you're
look at you.
Yeah.
You're like, be Joe.
Oh no.
Be Joe.
No, seriously, I was about to fucking stab her. Like no, I'm gonna. Real close. Real fucking close.
Okay, so you guys approach the large construction building. Still, again, like out in the open. So we'll maybe have to deal with that. You got rid of one curious individual. Jay, you're still good to go. And Winslor, you're walking confidently enough to sort of like sell it, but the two behind you, Astraea and Netra, are. This is a particular and new situation for all of you. So it's kind of interesting being in the belly of the beast. Just coming out of the grade as you did. Is there anything that you want to do to try and accentuate, not being immediately pointed out as humans in a robo only area, or
I'm gonna look out for kids.
you said that before. I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead and roll intelligence plus perception.
Can I hack our own appearances? Because since this is mostly a robot town, maybe hack ourselves so that we appear differently to robotic eyes, cybernetic eyes.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a tech plus basic tech.
Jesus Christ. Do you know what you're asking?
I mean, it makes sense. It's reasonable to assume that every eye around here is synthetic. Every eye around here.
Yeah, I got
tap-
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a hefty roll.
Yeah, that's a crazy
Do
ass.
people have individual security systems for each eye set? Or
You would assume.
like
I'm going to use
This-
8 points of luck.
I was about to say, like, you might want to. This is going to be. What'd you get?
I used 10 points of luck, and I got a 22.
I was about to say, you have to beat 20.
Nice.
So, Winslor, as you're taking, like, as the large form that you are, you're taking a lot of the attention from the passerbys, and you'll even see, like, the traffic of the hover vehicles overhead, like there's some congestion looking at you guys as you're going forward. And rubberneckers. I'm sorry, roboneckers, as they're called. And Netra, you are manually hacking into everybody that you are seeing as you're proceeding forward, to try and give you guys sort of like the AR filter of robos, or at least enough cybernetic or robo components built within all of you to where you can just barely scrape by. You see people like taking a second look, and as the attention is paid towards you, Netra, you'll just see like focus in, shift her fingers a little bit, and sort of like swipe in their direction, and then you'll just see their like hand go and just like a turn and walk away, like, oh, that was weird. And you guys managed to successfully get inside of the construction building, or the building being constructed right now, which is all automated. You notice that there are drone, like humanoid machines that's effectively just an automated exoskeleton, picking things up, moving them across the way, using different components of their arms to bolt in sections of the building. You see the large, it's maybe about 30 feet in diameter, beetle attached to the side of the building that's just taking girders being fed to it and shifting them in place, bolting them in as it's climbing the building. And yeah, what would you like to do? If you want to look for anything else, let me know. If you want to, you did say that you wanted to hack into the security system, Netra. Is that true? You still want to do that?
Still looking for kids.
But we don't. So this building is being constructed on, but the broadcast tower is next door to this.
Yes,
And we
there
need to get up to the top of this construction building.
So you can either use something that is much less, I guess, it's not owned by the Ministry of Information. That's known for all of the security cameras and monitoring and information that's dealt out to the citizens of Robo City 16. It's a fully constructed building, tower that they're in. So you can try and work your way inside of there and maybe take an elevator to the top, or try and scale the building. But again, there are cameras everywhere. There are drones periodically cycling through. There are turrets periodically located. This isn't a place that you necessarily feel very safe. But if you have an idea or a plan that that involves using literally any other route, let me know. Yeah.
Am I with them?
Yes, you are. You're all sort of together. You approached in your own different ways. But Jay, since you also sort of look like a robo to begin with, it was a bit easier for you to get to where you are.
Is there a reason why we can't just go straight to the broadcast tower?
What'd you say?
Is there a reason why we can't just go straight to the broadcast tower? Why do we have to go to a building next door to it?
Ministry of Information Infrastructure. Literally, you would be walking into the depths of the machine, and they're not stupid. It's a tower that belongs to the enemy, and there's super reinforced security all around it. I'm sorry, I should have mentioned. That's my mistake for thinking that it was obvious. There's numerous different police forces in and around the building. Taking security routes around it. There's even sort of quadruped tanks at the base of it. It's not something that you can come up with a way to get inside. If that's the way that you want to take it, go for it. But this is anything that has ministry in it, just assume that it's the highest priority and most reinforced area that you could think of.
What do you guys want to do? I can't disguise this very well if I'm hacking into the system because it requires my full attention.
Can you look for gaps in coverage?
I'm gonna start taking off my clothes.
Are there maintenance scaffoldings on the side of the any maintenance things on the side of the building at all?
We check.
Yeah.
Cleaning
it's in the. It's got the building that you're in now has got which is it seems to be a building that's going to belong to the VR Corp. Has its foundation up. It reaches very high. It's got many different girders set in place, and right now it's building the meat and potatoes of it. But for right now, it's a skeleton building. So you can even just climb it, but you might want to watch out for security cameras. There are the sort of construction beetles currently ascending the building. There's a
Do you
few.
know what company the construction beetles will work for, or are they from, or anything?
Maybe we can attach ourselves to the bellies of the construction beetles. Climb up.
Just pretend to be
the
construction
tower.
workers.
Yeah, you just see Ministry of Technology for the construction beetles.
Can you disguise us to be Ministry of Technology construction workers, I guess, or maintenance people for these beetles? I have no idea.
It's a good plan.
Maybe I can try and disguise us as beetles?
Sure.
Do they have actual worker robots, or are they only beetles?
Yeah, so as I mentioned before, they have what doesn't appear to be sentient worker a workforce. It's like they do have automated humanoid robots assisting with the effort of like moving and shifting materials, nuanced tasks of bolting things in place, like putting piping in place, and like you finally get some insight into the like how potentially all the numerous pipes and cables that are prevalent throughout the entirety of the city are put into place as you watch one of the workers just like take a tube down, slap it in place, take a tube down, slap it in place, like take cables, sift it through. Yeah.
Trying to disguise us as those robots. No.
No, I'm gonna be on the outside. I'm gonna be in beggar mode and be a distraction just in case something goes wrong in the building. I cause a distraction.
Winslor, I would give me a intelligence plus
Being-
local expert.
I don't do that.
Being a beggar.
So then
in
you're
city.
I mean your person would how to phrase this? Winslor would be a moron for doing something like that because there are no humans up here. If you're a beggar, you are the lowest of society and nobody would care about you and you might get killed on sight. It's hard to emphasize that enough.
That option just got far more.
Like let's just say that you
Yes,
hold
I'll
on,
go
you
with
see
that.
somebody on the corner who has the same idea. Like they look confused as to how they did this, and you just see one of the larger Polizei bots just take them, like lift them up, crumple them into a ball, and throw them outside of the city. They just like catapult them outside into an area that's not in District 3 Prime. And then it just like wipes their hands.
I like those.
Good riddance.
I look at them like, so uniforms, how you doing? Kind of zip up my jumpsuit again.
I will fucking kill all organics.
We just back away slowly.
Monetra.
I can try and make us look like those construction robots.
Yeah. Wait, sorry. When we're observing the robots, do they take the scaffolding? Or like you said, there's scaffolding. What's on the scaffolding?
Just it's like a different variations of the robo workforce. Like not all of them are humanoids. Some of them are just little bugs that serve a specific function, like welding, just like pack mules to bring things farther up the building, the tower.
Netra, do we need like some sort of IP address for this to look like normal?
You can look for a security terminal. It's reasonable to assume that most all buildings have their own security terminal. This one may be incomplete, but
Okay.
Could we take a bot and maybe hack it? Give us codes. Would that be a little bit easier? Or bringing down a bot might trigger something.
It'll probably trigger something, I feel like. So if I hack into a security terminal and then like take over the cameras and then not disguise us?
and not disguise you? What? Pardon?
I think we were talking about. Yeah, I think she's asking if she can take over the security terminal, like either, put the last 30 minutes on loop or like point the cameras away or
Yeah. Like play. Yeah.
mask the feed.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Then yeah, we'll go up to the security terminal. But I would like to be hidden, if possible.
Go ahead and give me a Dex plus Stealth plus 1d10.
Oh.
18. Oh, I forgot turning my phone off. Does that? Wait, this is Sirenscape app. Has to be open at all times. Okay, you sort of like, do the robot on your way to the security terminal to blend in. Like you mimic the motions of one of the mover bots, and then you just sort of like break off and make that motion over to the security terminal. Go ahead and give me a whatever that roll is to break inside. What is that roll? Is it a tech plus basic tech, or is it a special plus interface?
It's special plus interface.
Okay.
Well, it's actually just special. So, 10.
I mean, this is the VR Corp, one of the top like few corporations out here. You imagine their infrastructure is pretty reinforced. It's as soon as you try and plug in, it's just like a huge wall in front of you. Not impossible, but especially after hacking into the Ministry of Justice's security terminal. But you don't have breakthrough this time, so it's a bit more noticeably difficult. And you hear what splays across your visor is like first attempt failure, 1 attempt left.
Guys, I failed the first attempt to log in. You want me to try again, or? Alright. I'm gonna try again.
Wait. Can you see first maybe what the protocol is if you fail again?
Alarms go off, most likely.
If we fail again, we go to the sewers immediately.
Are there sewers nearby?
The sewers across the closest ones you know are across the square.
So this is a new construction building. The foundation you said was built. Does the foundation go to this all the way to the sewer or no?
You haven't explored that much, but it seems like yeah, you haven't explored that much. Like there are tubes that descend into the ground, but you don't quite know what the purpose is for, where they go, or why. I mean, so to give some ideas here, there's like you can literally just free run your way to the top if you wanted to just ascend sort of like story by story. Is like open. Like if you look up, you see the sky, the polluted sky above you through like a lattice work of intersecting girders. There are the beetles ascending. There are also hover cars that you can hack into just from the flow of traffic coming by. There
are hover cars?
Yeah, I said that there's like an intersection of hover cars in the area.
We could get to the roof of a nearby apartment building and hack into a hover car and get in it and fly up there.
Yeah. I like that.
Okay.
I don't want to set off their security system.
Everybody give me a cool plus, I'm sorry, not cool, Dex plus stealth, please.
Natural 10.
Nice.
14.
What the
14.
What just happened? I just heard a whole bunch of wonkety wonk.
I don't know. Natural 10.
Oh man.
Okay,
I
you
get
can.
natural 10.
You two just have to not roll natural ones, and you'll be pretty confident.
I did.
Say well, possibly.
What'd you roll, Netra?
2.
Me?
I have no stealth.
Natural 10.
That's better.
Dex plus that, so
Um.
There we go.
11, I guess.
So you just didn't roll a natural one, so that's good. Through the sort of understanding the shadows at a deeper level than most of the rest of the team, Jay just sort of like helps coach people and guide people like this way, sort of like ducking underneath an overhang from a nearby building, and Netra is continuing her sort of very rigorous and like highly active. Like this is the most you've just seen Netra in her natural sort of flow state, where she's looking at one threat, sort of like shifting her hands, sending it away, looking at another, shifting her hands, sending it away, moving screens in the headset. And you guys make it towards a very tall building of a through different streets and back alleyways, all pretty pristine and clean, as numerous small robots are taking garbage, scrubbing the sides, throwing it away, and you guys make it to one of the nearest sort of like apartment complexes. A bit more casual of an array of security than the square by the VR Corp and Ministry of Intelligence tower, and it ascends maybe about 12 different stories high. Modest size of each apartment complex. Each one actually has their own landing pad of vehicles on it, but also their own turret and their own security camera.
Okay. Well, I will try to hack into this apartment building and control the security cameras.
Okay, with everybody's stealth checks being pretty good, you find one of the security terminals at the base of the building. Go ahead and give me an interface check. Or did you say special or interface is what it takes?
Interface is listed under special, but special itself doesn't have like a number.
Mm-hmm. Got it. That was very low. I'm gonna roll just to see. Okay.
Use your cool or your luck.
I used up all my luck to disguise this.
You just like you get to like the password screen, like the 3D realized password screen, where there's just like this numerous sort of like scrolling numbers and letters coming down, and you just like give it a guess, like glory to the machine, enter. Bing! Like everything turns green, everything sort of like shifts in place and opens the way to you in this virtual world. Yeah, and you sort of see like the garage open up into the apartment. So it's like you need to take one level through the apartment or just like climb up. Like the security system is yours. You can unlock the sort of like security hatch of the hover vehicle, turn off the cameras. You can also lay a virus in there if you want, which is always an option. But yeah, the system is yours. What do you want to do?
First, I'm gonna take control of the cameras and play the last hour and a half on loop.
Okay. All right.
Then we're gonna make our way up to the roof.
Throw a nip slip in there.
The only way that's gonna happen is if a nip slip happened in the last hour and a half on video feed.
I thought you knew how to tech.
We make our way to the roof.
Okay, climbing up some like synthetic vines on the side, all fake but super realistic and vibrant looking plant matter. Just climb up the side, hop onto the sort of like hover helipad type area, and the it's a it only seats 2, so you're gonna have to. Some people are gonna have to like find a way to climb on the sort of like landing, whatever you would call those feet, or the top, or yeah, you're just gonna have to. It's a 2-seater, so you figure it out.
I'm thinking back to the time when we fit like what seemed like 12 people into my mom's CRV. And I'm wondering if we can't do the same here.
Sure, but Astraea will be at a disadvantage for piloting, I would say. There'll be so many people inside that it'll just be hard
Is
to...
there a trunk space?
There's like a little bit of trunk space, probably enough for one person.
I'll get in the trunk space.
Okay.
And then somebody can curl up in a ball and, you know, hide under the dashboard on the passenger side. And then 2 people sit in actual seats.
Okay, let's see. What would this be? Let's do intelligence plus local expert. And local expert is just like of this car. Netra, you're the one seeming to take the wheel, or Astraea, you can, since you're the.
Astraea, do you know how to drive this kind of vehicle?
I have no idea what kind of vehicle this is. Didn't get.
It's like a standard fare hover, 2-seater hover smart car.
I think so. I'm not sure. I know how to drive cars. I guess it doesn't describe what cars I can drive.
We'll say that you like being a Nomad. You're pretty confident you can drive something like this.
Yeah, sure.
It's not a specialized vehicle by any means.
You're gonna
And
drive
at the end of the day, it'll come down to a drive roll anyway. Driving roll. Okay, so intelligence plus local expert. Netra, to see if you can't Tetris your own comrades.
Intelligence and 2.
I can't just call Shotgun's lap.
You can, but you're also trying to fit, 2 other people who, What'd you get?
12.
Okay, Winslor, you're on the top.
Oh my god.
Wait, I mean, I would go on the top. If
Oh, I thought you said you called shotgun.
Car?
No, I called Shotgun's lap.
Oh, shotgun's lap. Okay.
I'm fine with being on top. That'd be fine.
Who's taking top?
I'll take top.
Okay. Give me a Dex plus athletics. As Astraea, you're in the driver's seat. Netra's in the small compartment in the back, and Jay is on shotgun.
You wanted a what? You wanted a what plus athletics?
Or can I just pop the trunk and tear it off and put him on the trunk? Like have him sit on the trunk, basically.
Netra's already back there.
I thought there was 2-seater though.
It is a 2-seater, but there's still one person back there.
You want a D10 plus what?
What he's saying is that
Dex plus brawling, or sorry, Dex plus athletics.
So I'm in the driver's seat. Nobody's in the passenger seat. And
Jay's in the passenger seat.
I thought he was sitting on somebody's lap in the passenger seat.
No, he's not, because there's just not enough room for that.
15.
Okay. If you have a suggestion for Winslor, by all means, Astraea. Okay, then you are set to Astraea. You give me a reflex plus driving, plus 1d10.
Can I specifically disguise Winslor as the top of a car? Or like a really sick, I don't know what they're called, but the things on top of cars.
Advertisements?
Deer antlers.
I don't know.
You know,
it's
like holidays.
Like a cab in Vegas where it's like there's a thing on top of the roof for advertising.
Yeah.
Yeah. I take off all my clothes.
No.
Including the
just make it look like
the
I'm
jizzy.
like I'm fully cybernetic, and it's just like male cybernetics to you.
Yeah, it'll just look like an advertisement for like a robotic stripper joint.
Do you still have Jizzy on the
Yeah.
back of your
Yeah.
shorts? Okay, so not all your clothes, but just the least
jumpsuit.
valuable ones.
Yeah.
The
The
ones.
jumpsuit.
Yeah, the jumpsuit I stash neatly inside the
Okay.
I give it to Jay.
Astraea, what'd you get for your?
25.
Ooh, well done. Netra, give me a tech plus basic tech. Plus 1d10. As the hovercraft is starting to power up,
That's the one I roll high on.
pulsing out, it's sort of like electromagnetic, I guess, technology to send it flying into the air. Throws out a whole bunch of debris underneath it, clearing the landing pad. What'd you get, Netra, one more time? 18. You feel pretty confident as you're going up. You sort of like have an idea of where all the security systems are, the lines of traffic, and again, this is like a manual hack of each one. You have created this. You've programmed a robo stripper Winslor really quickly, and you are just sort of like clicking on the different receiving points and just sending this image out as quickly as you can as you guys are ascending into the sky. With a 25, Astraea, you pull into the main avenues of traffic that are pretty ubiquitous, omnipresent across the entire skyscape of the city, and just weaving in and out of cars. Winslor, you like metal shifts right out from like it's coming at you from above you, and Astraea just pulls out to the side and goes up, and you feel the sort of like heat pushing against your body, really making those free nipples hard. Oh wait, never mind, you have that pink shirt on. Very
You
clearly
can see
visible,
them
and
through the
yeah,
really-
exactly.
Tight enough.
Really adds to the illusion.
Yep.
And you
Yeah.
pull higher and higher into the sky, past numerous different levels of traffic, and apartment windows, just seeing the decadent affluence of the robo society, and you start to pull up towards the top. Man, the top of the Ministry of Information's tower, which rests as one of the highest points in the city. Astraea, you dip under and in between a few different intersecting cranes that are contributing to the construction of the building that's closest to it, the VR Corp building, and you see chilling at the top as one sort of ponytail streaming in the wind, and a leather bomber jacket is also being shifted in every which direction from the wind, resting at the very top of this antenna, this collection of dense antennas. You see a familiar female form, face no longer obscured by the mechanism that the Ministry of Justice had affixed to her. Two of the cybernetic arms on the lower portion of her obliques completely missing, and she's just sitting up there eating a bowl of ramen, and she gives you guys the peace symbol, the peace sign with her two fingers with the chopsticks in between, and she waves you down. And that is where we will pick up next time on Sassins and on Sasapunk.
I was like, where are you going with this? I was like,
Yeah.
oh, new one.
I was like,
Assassins and
Assassins.
punks.
Assassins and Cyber Dragons.
Assassins and Cyber Dragons.
I lost myself there for a second. On Sasapunk! Thank you for watching, wonderful viewers.
Red face.
This is what I look like. So next time, find out what happens on Sasapunk. We, as an update, we stream this on this channel on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Pacific time. We are thinking about changing it in the coming weeks, potentially. This releases onto our YouTube channel, Team Sasa No Space, on YouTube at 6 p.m. the following Wednesday. And we also have some of pre-famous streamers with us. The Losers, hosts of the Loser Club stream on Twitch .tv. Maybe confusing because we do this on Facebook Gaming, but yeah, go for it. Give yourself a little pitchy doodle.
Hello, Luna and I. We host our own gaming stream on twitch.tv. Our channel name is The Loser Club, no spaces, no nothing. Exactly. Wait, actually, I guess it's Loser is Luzer. I guess that's the difference here. We should really just put it in the description and stuff. Yeah. So we play games. Come hang out with us. It's Monday through Friday, except Thursdays, 4 to 9 p.m. We play Minecraft, Sea of Thieves, and some VR content. Also, Grand Theft Auto Online. It's a good time. Come check us out.
Yes. All right. As always, Assassins, until fate next brings us together. And never stop playing role-playing games.
Use that Twitch Prime on us.
Unless COVID's out, then don't play them.
Yeah, Luna? Yeah, you want to press that button? Huh? Don't make me come over there. Don't make Vitalith come over there.
Press or lose. Delicious.